Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And for those who are new, welcome. My name is Monica, and in today's video, I'm going to do my end of 2023 book haul. This is all the books that I got from Christmas and stuff that I bought myself. But also, my parents bought me a bookshelf. Well, actually, they bought me a couple of bookshelves because, as you had seen, there was a lot of books. But before we get into my haul, and I like to thank the sponsor of today's video, ASOKO Lighting. They were gracious enough to send me under cabinet lighting. This is what it looks like. You can put this under your cabinets in your kitchen as well as underneath the bookcases. So my parents, remember, like I just said, my parents bought me some bookcases, and they have auto. So the auto is when you're sensory activated, so it's like, so if you're walking by, kind of like a night light type thing. You could also have it just on, and if you look right here, you can see where it has, let me turn it off so you can see. So it has like a print where you can just turn it on. So I'm going to turn it on for you. You have the cooler lighting, so it's very, and you have the warmer lighting, and it's very sensitive to the touch. And then you have the warm to cool light and stuff. I personally like the very cool lighting. I'm not the biggest fan of warm lighting. Anyway, they gave me 2 of these. So now I have to figure out where on my bookcases I'm going to put them, because I want to see if I can highlight some of my books. So if you look, it has a little magnetic strip with the 3M, and that's how you can take it on and off. And right here, you have the USB plug, so you don't have to worry about batteries, because if you're like me, you will lose the batteries. Anyway, they're gracious enough to give you guys and me 50% off. Just use the code that's in my description box down below, and I will also leave the link to their Amazon page. I'll also leave the ASOKO home lighting down below, because if you look, see, it even gives my videos better lighting. So anyway, thank you ASOKO Lighting for sponsoring today's video. Let's just get on to the book haul. These are the things that I got for Christmas, or I went to McKay's and found some stuff from McKay's when I was selling some books back, because if you look back here, it's empty. I know, right? Shocking. My parents bought me a bookcase. It's this really nice big bookcase. I will leave a picture. Here's a picture. I am trying to get it filled. If you would like me to do more in-depth video on it, I absolutely can. Unfortunately, it's too small, even though it's a really nice solid wood bookcase, because they did not want me to go to IKEA. My dad's personally offended by IKEA. It's a whole thing. I end up having to get another bookcase for my room, and that is also too small. I have too many books, and I'm doing a book haul. So without further ado, let's just get into the book haul. If you want me to do a more in-depth view of my bookcases, let me know down below, but let's just get into this book haul. The first book that I received was from Christi. Christi reads this a lot. It was Big Nick Energy by Morgan Elizabeth. She sent this to me right just after Christmas, and I am so thankful, Christi, for giving me this book. I absolutely loved it. This was a 5-star read for me. I loved the hero in this. He took care of the heroine so well. She is a single mom. She survived domestic violence and a domestic abuse situation. She has 2 little girls, and she originally was matched to date his son, but they ended up being friends, and his son played Cupid and decided to match his dad with his friend. And her name, I think, remember, is Shay, and it's just so sweet. And the girls, the 2 daughters in this book, they were not cutouts, and I absolutely love this book. So thank you, Christi. I absolutely love this. I cannot wait to put this on my shelves. And then Jess from Peace Love Books sent me A House of Sky and Breath, and I am so excited to have this on my shelf. I have the perfect place for this, and I cannot wait to put this on my shelf. I am so excited. I am so excited to read this book. Like, look at the inside of this cover. Like, this is such a gorgeous book. I am so excited to read this book as well. So I loved the first one. The first one was a 4.5 stars for me. I still don't have it. I need to get it, but in hardback. But I love this book, and I cannot wait to read it. And I'm not going to flip through it because I do not want to spoil the ending for myself. Although someone did spoil the ending for me, unfortunately. We are not going to talk about that. But I am going to be reading it very soon. I have a couple things I have to read before I get to this, but the live show, I think what is on January 20th, because we're doing the read along, and I'm excited to get to this. So even though I'm going to pretend that I don't know what's going to happen at the end because someone did spoil it for me, but I don't care. I'm excited for this. So thank you, Jess, for the book. I love it. Thank you. And then Melissa from Book Bar Melissa sent me Ghosted by J.M. Darhauer. I read this years ago. And what was really funny, and it's not even like, if you go on my Goodreads, it says I haven't read it. So I really do need to reread. So when I read this, I love this book. It is a second chance romance. And it's one of the very few second chance romance that originally worked for me. Because you remember, if I remember saying that second chances romances never used to work for me. This is one of the ones that started to get me into second chance romances. So thank you, Melissa. I love this book. And I know it was one of your favorites of all times from, I think, 2023. You read this like, what? How many times did you read this, Melissa? Thank you for giving this to me. I did not expect this, and I love it. Thank you. And then my daughter decided that she had to buy me a book. So she bought me Inheritance by Nora Roberts, and because she knew I loved it and she knew I wanted it on my shelf, so she bought me Inheritance. So I was really happy that she did that for me. Okay, and then a friend of mine who asked to be remained anonymous. She didn't want me to say her name, but she sent me Caution to the Wind because she knows that I have read every book in the Fallen Men series and loved it, and she knew it was on my wish list, and she knows I'm going to Sweetgrass, and so I'm going to be bringing this to Sweetgrass to get Gianna Darling to sign this, and I am so excited to get this and to read it. It is on my list. I haven't read it yet because I am going to reread Dead Man Walking because I don't remember everything in Dead Man Walking, and I know that's Priest book. I've been advised basically to reread Priest book because there's things that happen. So, but I have the spot on my shelf. I know where this one's gonna go, and it's so white. But all the other ones are like dark, so it's gonna stick out. But I don't care, and I love it. So thank you. I don't know why they did that because I'm just looking at because my shelf's over there, not over here now. So I'm going to be moving over there. It's a whole thing. Anyway, and then I pre-ordered Sable Peak by Devney Perry. Of course, I pre-ordered Sable Peak by Devney Perry. It's me. Yeah, they changed the spine because I think, Entangled picked her up for the Eden series. They might have, I don't know if they're going to be picking up anymore, but I did pre-order it and I did read it and I enjoyed it. So I have this with the rest of the series. If you remember back here a while ago, I had a couple books that I had bought for myself when I was doing some Christmas shoppings. One was What the River Knows by Isabel Ibanez, I think that's how you pronounce her name. I wanted to read this. My daughter's actually interested in reading this, so we're going to probably read this together. It's a YA, I think, romantasy, and it's really pretty, so her and I are going to read this together. And I've wanted to read The Throne of the Fallen by Carrie Maniscalco, and I really wanted the Barnes & Noble special edition because it's pink. And if you have looked at the back of my walls, I am a pink girly. I've loved pink since forever. So I really wanted the pink version. So I was able to get the pink version from my Barnes & Nobles. Okay, now here's the thing. Let me move my foot. Now here's the interesting thing. So my sister for Christmas did a thing. And this is how much she's kind of funny about it. So she knows that I'm highly particular about my stories. So she gave me gift cards and told me to have at it. And so I wanted to read Divine Rivals. So I went and got Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows. Ruthless Vows. Got the exclusive edition because honestly I did not like the way the original edition looked with the original edition of Divine Rivals. It was too light. It just didn't work for me, so I liked the way this looks better. So I went and got those. I also went and got Do Your Worst because this just looks so good. And I read this, but I didn't have it, and I really wanted it. Was Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood. It's her young adult debut, so, and I'm excited for Bride to come out. And then, thanks to Tori, I decided to get Binding 13 and Keeping 13. So Tori from A Novel Life, she's convinced me to read Binding 13 and Keeping 13, and they were on sale. It was buy one get one for 50% off, and I love the spines. And because she kept saying that Binding 13 and Keeping 13 and then Saving 6 and Redeeming 6 are fantastic, I feel like I have to read them in order. So when I see Saving 6 and Redeeming 6, I'm going to pick them up. So I'm just starting with the first two, which is where the ones were. Those were the ones I could find at my Barnes & Noble. And I'm just starting with the first two because these were the two that were at my Barnes & Noble. So that's what I got from what my sister gave me. And then I was able to get Identity by Nora Roberts because I read it last year on my library app, but I never actually picked it up. And I wanted to, and we got the NR because I really loved this one as well. And then I had to get the Off My Lawn. This was a 5-star read for me. I loved it. It was great. And I wanted to read this was The Desert Island Duke by Kate Bateman. This just looks really great, and I'd rather read it in paperback form versus ebook form. And I really wanted to get Where It Begins by Helena Hunting. I loved the box series. I loved the All-In series. I love all those characters. So all of these series, a favorite series. And this is where they all began. So I wanted this on my shelves. So I was able to pick that up with everything that she gave me. And then I did a thing. I had to clean out my shelves and my closet, that was no easy feat. There was a lot. And so I went to McKay's, and I wasn't going to do anything at McKay's, but I just did. Now I don't know if I'm going to keep everything. I talked to Jess from Peace Love Books, because there's some that she's probably going to read more so than I am. So some of these might just go to her. So if you see them in her videos, it is what it is. Because I got them for like 5 cents each. I mean, you cannot beat 5 cents on a book. So I got Nora Roberts, Temptation. This is from McKay's. Last Honest Woman by Nora Roberts. Dance to the Piper. This one I'm keeping because I actually found an extra one, which I gave her. Same with Out a Trace. Rules of the Game. This is Language of Love. There's like, I think there is 48 books in the Language of Love series. This was Storm Warning. This is book number 4 in the Language of Love series. Skin Deep. I also picked up another one of these for her. Now this one is really cool. I might actually just give her this because I don't think I'm going to read this one. And it's The Silhouette. Let's see if I can't get it there. It's Waiting for Nick. If it's gonna. That is just really cool. Again, this was like 5 cents. So, and yeah, it was $3.99 at original cost, and I paid 5 cents for it. So, Boundaries of Love, which is Language of Love, book 47, and then Command Performance, which is on my TBR, and this is book 37. And I just love the raised, and this for some reason. And then Royal Affair, which is book 35, which is also on my TBR. And Gabriel's Angel, which is book 32. Now, I think she does have, she says she has this one. Book 28, which is Untamed. Again, they're raised. And then Lesson Learned, which is book 25. Now, I originally went on to like eBay. I was going to buy like the whole Language of Love series, but I was able to stop myself from it because I really need to stay on a budget. But the other one that I was able to get for 50 cents was Brazen Virtue, which I've read and liked. I mean, that's, I think this is what, let's see, this one is, might be the 7th one. Yeah, copyright 1988. So, I have never seen this cover for Brazen Virtue before. And then I ordered this because this is one of my favorite hockey series of all times, and I had to get the deal. And she's gonna be at Sweetgrass, so I'm gonna try and get her to sign the deal. The Mistake, The Score, The Goal, and Legacy. They're all from Bloom Books, and they're all nice and sprayed edges. And I am not as annoyed with the Legacy as everybody else is. I didn't mind it as much, pretty much because I love the whole Logan and Grace story. Because I love Logan and Grace, they're pretty much one of my favorite couples. Them and Garrett and Hannah. So that's everything that I got recently from friends or family for Christmas, or that I was able to buy myself recently. Let me know if you got any of these down below. And if you don't want to comment on that, please leave me a bug stack emoji. And as always, have a great day and happy reading, my friends. And I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.